Hi, it's Amy. It's so great to be with you all via the amazing internet tonight. I'm so excited for the launch of this teacher training. And I'm sitting in my backyard in San Diego, California right now. But I am feeling totally connected and inspired and so excited to meet each one of you and get to know you so much better over the course of the next 10 months. I'll be coming in live tomorrow afternoon after your lunch break for a lecture. And I'll also be mentoring some of you, so we'll get a chance to connect each month. I'll also be on Facebook. We have a dedicated Facebook page, which Suzanne will talk with you guys more about what that means. But I'll be on there a lot, and then I'll be there in person quite a few times over the course of the 10 months. So I'm not able to be there in person this month, but I will be with you guys, and we'll get to be together in the embodied way. But this evening, for the launch of the training, I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit more about me. I know some of you, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better. Gosh, where to begin? Well, first of all, Suzanne and I have known each other since 2004. We became great friends in Deb Neubauer's teacher training and have just been very close and really sharing the paths of yoga and meditation together ever since. And it is a total honor and blessing to be sharing this with her. My practice, I think, of yoga and meditation really arose out of, well, one, the family that I grew up in was pretty spiritually diverse. My grandma, who helped to raise me, was Presbyterian, Catholic, and then she became Presbyterian. My mom grew up Presbyterian and then became a Quaker when I was a young kid, and my dad has been practicing Buddhist since the early 70s. And so I had a very diverse influences in my early childhood. I went to my first yoga class when I was 7. And then I got a lot more into yoga and spiritual practice and ritual and a lot more curious, particularly about Eastern philosophies when I was like 12, 13, and then when I was like 14 or 15, I started going to yoga really regularly, and had a really rough go of it from about 12. 12 to like 18, I really suffered a lot for a whole bunch of reasons, which maybe at another time we could get into. But suffice it to say that I was in a lot of pain and a lot of darkness, and was really going down a bad a bad track. And when I started really getting into yoga when I was a teenager, like 16, 17, had some really horrible things happen to a friend of mine, and it was like the only time in my day when I felt happy, really. It was like, and even in my week, at that point, I just went like once or twice a week, and it was like the 1 or 2 hours of the week when I remember feeling good. And then the rest of the time, it pretty much sucked. And then the more I practiced, I was doing Kundalini yoga at the time, which has a lot of breath work and like ongoing movement, rapid movement, which I think really helped to lift me out of this depression and drug abuse and just like all this junk that was going on. And as it kind of lifted me out of it, I felt literally like I had been given a new pair of eyes. Like, I just very distinctly remember being, I must have been 17 or 18, and like starting to hear the birds differently when I woke up in the morning. Like, I'd never heard them before. I'd never even noticed them before. And suddenly there was joy. It was like it had been a long time since I'd felt that, and I'd forgotten it, and I started to remember. And then I went away to college left California, and went away to college at Smith in Western Massachusetts. And I found Deb Neubauer, and that's how I met Suzanne, through her. And kind of the rest is history. But really, for me, I knew pretty early on that I wanted to teach yoga because it felt so radical to me. And I still think, even to this day, I've gone through a whole bunch of cycles, emotional and physical and mental, with yoga, and I still think today, I think the practice is as radical as when I first started doing it. It has the power, yoga and meditation and pranayama, and however deep you want to go into it, even just a little dose of it, I think really has the power to shift our state, has the power to shift my state, from one of negativity and darkness into an integrated wholeness, that has a lot more happiness and joy. And it's so, it sounds, I don't know, it sounds big and kind of grand, but really to me it is so practical. Like, I get on the mat and I don't feel as good, and when I get off the mat I feel so much better, and everybody I interact with is, all my interactions are better. Like, the way I am in the world is shifted from the practice. It's really that simple. So I love yoga. I really like that, and good therapy I credit to so much healing. And I love being in community, and practicing and learning and teaching. And I'm so excited to share this journey with all of you. And I'll see you all tomorrow afternoon, for lecture. Hope you have a great rest of your evening.